Hi friends, it's Carly and I am finally back again with another review. Before I get started today, I just want to thank you all so much for sticking with my channel even though I was on such a long hiatus, especially to the people who had their alerts turned on and checked out my live streams sort of explaining what was going on. And I'm really just kind of shocked and amazed at the number of new people who subscribed to my channel while I was away. Thank you guys so much for taking an interest in my hobby, and I really look forward to posting a lot more videos in the coming weeks, months, going forward. I do still have a lot of kinks to work out. My work schedule is different. My room is still evolving. You'll probably see some figures fall down, but enough time has gone by. I felt like it's time to shake off the dust. We're gonna do the darn thing, and we'll just work it out as we go. So I really just had to say thank you guys so much. You've been so encouraging and kind and really helped me to just get back on the horse and start doing what I love again and enjoying my hobby. So it's been awesome to have your support and I'm ready to get going again. That sounded so corny. I have to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous because it's been so long, but let's just do it. Today we are going to be looking at a figure from the Shang-Chi line, and I posted on my Facebook page. If you guys are not following Annoying You with Friendship on Facebook, you can find it at Annoying Car. And I only had a couple of votes, but the people that voted wanted to see this figure most of all. And so today we're going to be looking at Shang-Chi's Katy. Now this is a cinematic character. She will be portrayed by Awkwafina, who is, if you don't know, she is a Chinese Korean American actress, rapper, comedian. She's a really cool chick. She's sort of evolving in pop culture, very popular, very, very funny, very talented lady. So I was excited to find out that she's a part of the cast. And in the preview, it looks like she's gonna have a really fun role that sort of encapsulates or includes, not encapsulates, but includes her really dynamic personality. So I'm excited to see her as a part of this production. Now, if you guys have watched my videos in the past, you know that I am not versed on Shang-Chi. So way back when I think it was the Fat Thor bath that I was working on, and there was a Shang-Chi figure that was a part of that series that I actually ended up doing a giveaway for because I didn't know Shang-Chi. Well, now I have a reason to get to know Shang-Chi, and I'm working on that, which is why I'm starting with the cinematic figures, just because I have some educating myself to do, and this is a new character, so there isn't as much to know. But Katy is what we know so far. She is Shang-Chi's oldest friend. If you have not checked out that trailer, I highly recommend that you do. It looks really, really awesome. And if you, like me, do not know anything about Shang-Chi or haven't read anything, any of the comics or aren't versed in the story, this will definitely make you want to get to know because it looks really fun and exciting. The action sequences looked really cool. It looks like a really cool modern twist on Shang-Chi, which I know was based on Kung Fu from the 70s, I think. So definitely check that out. Google it and watch that, and then you'll see Awkwafina there. So basically, The Legend of the Ten Rings is the movie. What it looks like it's going to be about is Shang-Chi is given the opportunity by his father after training throughout his childhood to go off and live a normal life, make friends, and just sort of enjoy himself for 10 years, but then he has to come and return home to fight a battle against some sort of unknown enemy who is described as the most powerful, dangerous group in the world. Katy is one of his normal friends who obviously gets some sort of power and gets to fight alongside him. It all just looks super, super awesome. But the thing that's fun about this figure is that it comes with this creature who is called Morris that looks like a weird combination. It has 6 legs. It kind of looks like a Thanksgiving turkey and a sheepdog combined. It's a really crazy looking pet. We don't really know anything about it. We don't get to see it in the preview. So Morris is a companion of Katy, I guess. We'll find out about him. I'm excited to know what his deal is. But let's go ahead and take a look at Katy and her accessories. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the accessories off as I talk about them so we can get into articulation and all of the fun stuff that I like to do. So she comes with an additional set of hands. She's got these closed fist hands here. And then she's got hands that are slightly open fists to hold an arrow. She's got one small arrow like this. And then she's got a cluster of arrows that you can fit into her quiver back here. So this is like 3 arrows bunched together, and they fit in this little pouch on the side of her quiver. And this pouch right here that her bow fits in, this is her bow. So I didn't find any sort of snap or button or anything that went over her, or for the strap on her quiver. So I sort of just had to work it over her head. If you saw just now, I just sort of slid it over her waist. It's pretty easy to get on and off. It's really cool looking. I think that when I display her, I'll definitely leave this on. I don't know, maybe not. I might like sort of prop it in front of her because it's real. The detail on it is really nice, and I think it's nice to look at. So those are the accessories she comes with, and of course our Morris, who is this furry 6-legged beast with wings. Yeah, I can't wait to know more about this guy for sure. So I think if you've watched my videos, you kind of already know what I'm gonna say about this figure. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the facial sculpt before we get into some of the stuff you know I'm gonna talk about. So if you know Awkwafina, the facial sculpt for me is very interesting on this figure because in some ways it's really, really beautiful. It looks exactly like Awkwafina, but in some ways it's very dull to me as well. And I don't really know how to explain why that is. Like that it both looks like her and also is kind of a disappointing sculpt. I don't really know how to feel about that. I feel that it's better from a distance than it is up close. There's just something not quite there for me on the facial sculpt. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. It's not the worst by any stretch of the imagination that I've seen. And like I said, it does look like Awkwafina, so it's a success in that way, but something just doesn't hit the mark for me on the facial sculpt, and I'm a little bit bummed about that. She has this beautiful flowing hair vinyl that is kind of in motion with this little strand right here that's beautiful, and this really beautiful robe with trousers underneath. So there is a slit here so that we can sort of get some of the articulation. And that just brings me right to it. So whenever we have a robe like this, and I have the feeling that we're gonna have this experience with a lot of the figures in this line just from looking at them, we are really gonna have some hindrances in articulation due to the vinyl overlay robes. So these robes are beautiful though. So they have this beautiful trim work, flower painting that goes up along the neckline and around the waist. I love the detailing, and the pattern is really beautiful too. I don't know if you can see that it's like this beautiful brocade type pattern, and what looks like at the bottom to be representative of a fringe. So the detail that went into the vinyl is great, but whenever you have this vinyl overlay or this vinyl hair, you're gonna be missing articulation. So that is sort of my experience with this figure. With the head, you know, we do get the movement, but some weird stuff starts to happen when we, you know, run into her hair. Like if she's looking left or right. I guess if she's looking to the left here, it makes sense, but looking to the right is a little bit more challenging. Arms are gonna be okay. So the articulation on the arms is great. Now the reason that I'm gonna be like a little bit more nitpicky on having these vinyl overlay outfits and having it hinder the range of motion of articulation is because this is martial arts movie. This is a martial arts character. We need to be able to pose them in dynamic martial arts poses. And if the clothing is hindering that, the clothing needs to be secondary to the ability to move the figure, in my opinion, 100%. So that's sort of when I noticed that, the thing that frustrated me the most. We do have a really good lateral lift in the shoulders here. The elbows are great on these. Like, look at this range of motion in her elbows. So we're getting a full 360. I love the elbows. I don't think that we've had that on a female character in a really long time. So the arms are fantastic. I'm really, really happy with what they did with her. And you know, they always sort of like don't give us the most on female action figure arms. So that's really good. But then we immediately are going to start to run into the problems. So we're not really going to be able to, that's her head tipping forward. Oh yeah, and when we move forward with the hair like this, we're going to get that weird space right here. That's not that big a deal to me, because if she's bowed from the front, it looks really beautiful and you're not looking at the back. But you can see this is as far right here as she can bend forward at the waist. That's it. Back is much, much better, but forward is, to me, unacceptable. It's because of this vinyl piece, which is a separate piece. So if you were to remove this beautiful detailed belt, you would probably be able to pose her much more dynamically, but it's a beautiful piece. If it were made of cloth, she would work perfectly. So that's frustrating to me. Now, like I said, we do have a slit on the side, so we can see like what that gives us on the side, but it's not going to be much. So we're not going to get anything laterally, side to side, as far as the side split. This is what we're going to get backward. We're not going to be able to do anything forward wise. That's about it. And then the knees are a little bit hinky for me. Although we do get, so the knees are stiff on her, but we do get a good bend on the knees, and the feet are fine. The feet are great, but we're only going to be able to do this with the right leg. The left leg, we're not going to be able to really do anything because this robe piece is in the way. The ankles and feet are great. They have a really great smooth range of motion. I feel like something is a little bit different with these figures. It's been a long time since I reviewed, so let me know if I'm missing something, if they've changed something. I feel like they definitely have. This turns here. It's kind of like the boot turn swivel that I hate, but they did it at the ankle since she's wearing trousers. But for some reason, I like it. I like it on this. And then there's like a full 360 in the ankle. I really like the sandals. I like the way that they're sculpted, and I like the paint, the color that they chose to paint them. But I'm always going to be mad at a dynamic, like fighting style, like action figure. Now it looks like this character is an archer, so maybe she doesn't do as much of the martial arts or whatever, but I'm seeing the robes on other characters too that I know for a fact from the previews are doing martial arts. It's frustrating, you know, but I will say that overall, I think that she looks really, really pretty from a distance. I think she looks cool. I'm really intrigued by the character. I'm really intrigued by the movie. It looks like they're gonna let her be funny, which I like. You know, I know there's some criticism about the comedy in Marvel movies. Be that as it may, I enjoy it, and I think that this is gonna have some of that. And for heavy subject matter, you know, I think why not let a comedian shine and bring that to the table? So I think that's cool. And I'm really, really excited to find out more about Morris here, who does not have any articulate points or anything like that. So I wish that I could do more with her. I wish that I just wish they would stop doing these vinyl outfits. I really do. I wish that they would start giving us cloth outfits. I don't think it's gonna happen. But for an archer, I can maybe be a little less angry. We will see. A little less frustrated. We'll see what we get with the other figures when we're looking at some of the more fight-centric characters, like actual martial arts-centric characters, as opposed to an archer. But I think we're gonna see much more of the same. Let me know what you guys think about the facial sculpt on Katy / Awkwafina here. Am I being a little bit too harsh about feeling like there's something a little bit dull in the look? Or do you guys agree with me? Do you think that while it does look like her, I don't think anyone can deny that it actually looks like the actress herself, that there's something, maybe it's the facial expression, especially if you watch that preview, she is laughing and joking and being sarcastic and being funny, and maybe just this sort of like serious face is what is throwing me off a little bit. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of the facial sculpt. Am I being too harsh, or do you think that maybe they could have done a little bit more to bring it to life? All right, so I would say that overall, Katy is a good looking figure. I think she'll display really well. She'll look good on the shelf, but she's not gonna play, and that's frustrating to me because I want my martial arts action figures to play. So it'll be interesting to see what other lines do with these Shang-Chi action figures, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the Marvel Legends Katy figure, what you're looking forward to most in the movie, and what figure you want me to post a review of next. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me while I was away. I'm excited to be back. I'm sorry if I was a little awkward in this one. It was a nerve-wracking experience for some reason, but I'm sure I'll get better as I do more, and I'm looking forward to making more videos for you guys. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will do it for you. I'll be back hopefully in the next couple days with another one, and I look forward to talking about the next Shang-Chi figure. Thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Bye, friends.